Hi, people. 1914. A lot of people say, oh, Jehovah Witnesses are not telling the truth about Jesus becoming king because he became king back when he said, all authority has been given me in heaven and earth. But Jesus didn't say, I become king yet. see, you could receive power before you actually sit on the throne. For instance, any president or justice is, a justice like Justice Kavanaugh. He received power and authority as a supreme justice. He was sworn before he was sworn in. He was guaranteed that position of power, so he could say, "Hey, I received power. I just haven't been sworn in yet." And see, that's the same thing with Jesus, saying in Matthew chapter 28, the last chapter, saying, all authority has been given me in heaven and on earth. I just have to wait a couple more days and I will receive the crown. He didn't say, I have been crowned king. I have been enthroned. He said, I have received power and authority over the entire earth and in heaven. That doesn't mean nothing. That doesn't mean he became king of heaven on that day, because he didn't say, I have become king. See, there's a difference. I have authority over the earth and heaven. Or I have been enthroned king, and now I am exercising power. A couple of days ago, and a day to them is 1,000 years, by the way. I mean, accept it or don't, I don't care. Do what you want. You're going to believe what you want anyway. But the book of Peter, he reveals that to God a day is 1,000 years. So their time, Jesus just waited 2 days to 1914, and he became king. He only waited a small amount of time to become king. Okay, when the president of the United States is inaugurated, they're not president until the inauguration, but they have received power. They have received guaranteed power, unless they die between November 1st and January 6th, when inauguration day, when Biden was supposed to be sworn in, and then Trump came in and said, oh no, you don't have authority yet. No. He did have. Biden had authority when he was voted in. He had that authority. He had authority to be president of the United States on inauguration. So he has already received a guarantee. He's the president, right? He won the election, right? So he could say, I have authority over America. I have it now. I have power and authority. And I will be able to exercise that. See, there's a difference in having the power and authority and having the authority to exercise that authority. This is different. Justice Kavanaugh, he was guaranteed a peace. He passed that congressional test from the Democrats, whatever. Not that I'm either one. I just said he passed, and he could say, hey, I'm on the Supreme Court, baby. Yeah, he could say that, right? Because all he has to do now is wait for the day when he's sworn in. Lift his hand up. Do you, Justice Kavanaugh? Oh, okay, President Biden, right? Trump tried to stop him from the official day when he actually has the power. He's the president. He's elected president. He could say, I'm the elected president. That's what Jesus was trying to say to him. I have received power. I'm the elected. God has said, I'm going to be enthroned now. I passed the test. I died for mankind, and now Jehovah's going to give me the kingdom. He's going to give me authority. I have received this. I have received this. Now, there's another way to explain it. Samuel, he anointed David. Now, David became the anointed of Jehovah. Did he become anointed king? No, he didn't become anointed king yet. And that's the same thing with 1914. David had to wait a long, long time, years, for Saul to die and take his place. But Jehovah gave Jesus less than 2 days. Less than 2 days, Jesus actually was sat on the throne. He received the power and authority, all of it, because Jehovah said so. You have all authority. Now, Jesus, we're going to have an inauguration day, when we actually put the crown on your head. That's 1914. He became king in 1914, but he had the power over authority over the earth. He just couldn't exercise that authority until he was crowned. And see, people don't understand that, and that's okay, because Matthew chapter 11, verse 25 says that Jehovah hides things from proud, arrogant people, and they will not understand it. Even though they accept that their president, the new president, is the elected president. Joe Biden, you're the elected president. And November, Trump supporters didn't accept it. So this person, he doesn't accept Jesus as being enthroned in 1914. He became the enthroned king, and he had all the power in 1914. All the power was given to him. Now, it was given to him back then. He didn't have the authority to exercise it. He wasn't crowned yet. Oh, what's it called? It's like someone wins the Nobel Peace Prize, right? I won the Nobel Peace Prize, but the day that they're going to actually give it to him is another day. And you and I accept that, right? But we don't accept what Jehovah's Witnesses say about Matthew chapter 28, where Jesus said, all authority has been given to me in heaven and earth. He didn't say I actually inauguration for me to become king in heaven has already occurred. He didn't say it occurred yet. He said he received it. Just the same way somebody receives the Nobel Peace Prize, right? Unless they change their mind. Oh, we never said that to you. See, but Jehovah says, "Oh, you're no. I'm giving you all heaven. As soon as Jehovah says to Jesus, I'm giving you all authority in heaven and on earth. Right now, I'm telling you, I'm giving it to you. See, he was given it. He was given it. He didn't have to be sat down with a throne, and there had to be an inaugural on that very second. Who are you to demand that Jesus can't say, all authority has been given to me in heaven and earth? Who are you to say that he already received the power to act? He's not the acting king. He's not the acting authority yet. He has the authority because it's been given to him. He just can't use it yet. Just like a Supreme Court can't use his authority. He's in the Supreme Court. He's been voted in. He just can't use it yet. And that's the same thing with Jesus. And the same thing with King David. He was the anointed king of the Jews. Samuel anointed him as king. So even though Saul was king, David was the king. He wasn't the acting king yet. The official ceremony, and when he rode around Jerusalem, and he was standing up And all the people, he had both hands up, he's waving to all the people, and they all yelled out, David our king, David our king. See, even though David was anointed king of Jehovah, years before that, he wasn't the actual king until he rode into Jerusalem and Saul died. And it's the same thing with Jesus Christ. All authority been given to him, heaven and on earth. He just can't use it until the ceremony takes place. Duh. 1914 hasn't come yet. And Jesus only had to wait 2 days. Because remember, one day with Jehovah is 1,000 years of our time. So that's only 2 days time. Jesus just had to wait 2 days before he got a crown before the ceremony. Why is that so hard for false religion understanding them? They don't understand it, and that's what the Apostle Paul said. Some things are hard to understand, and that's why they go on speaking abusively of the brothers of the truth. They speak abusively because they can't understand that. There's a reason why they can't understand it. Matthew chapter 11, 25. Jesus said, Father in heaven, I publicly praise you, Father. For you have hidden these things from the wise intellectual ones. What he meant there, too, was people that think they're wise. See, Jesus thought that his followers would understand. His followers could follow what he was saying. You can't follow what Jesus was saying. Here's proof of it. Some guy said to me, a bunch of people tweeted back to me and commented in the comment section, hey, you're right. Jesus was calling us wise. We're the wise ones. We're the intellectual ones. That's what Jesus said. But Jesus said the wise intellectual ones will not understand. And see, that's proof right there. They don't even understand that, what he said. What he said right there, they don't understand. It's one flew over the cuckoo's nest. It's over their head. How could these people understand the Bible when they're in a shallow water? You know what I mean? They think they're at the deep end. Oh, I got a deep understanding of God, and you don't. I know more than you. You may know more about the dates and stuff like that, names. I'm not good at names. So what? You're better at names. That doesn't mean you know the truth. Because the truth hasn't been revealed. Though it's been revealed to you, you haven't been able to take it. Jesus said, I have many things to tell you. Right now, you can't handle it. See, you can't handle the truth. That's why you say the bad stuff about Jehovah's Witnesses in their 1914 teaching. Oh, Jesus said he had all authority way back then. Which is it? Do you have authority back then or authority in 1914? Huh? See, they can't comprehend that. Jesus keeps comprehension from them. Because he is the enthroned king now. Jehovah used to do that. Jehovah used to blind the minds of the unbelievers. And Satan does that too. Satan don't want them to understand. And God, Jehovah don't want them to understand either. Certain people. That's the one thing Jehovah God agree with Satan. The only thing that they agree with. Satan don't want them to understand. Satan don't want these wise people to understand, and neither does God. So the two are united in that area where only the meek shall understand. Satan wishes the meek would not understand. I understand it because, why? Because I searched for God. The Bible says, this is Jehovah saying this, the wicked man makes no search for God. And I'm not talking about going to school. Oh, I'm going to school, I'm going to search for God, and I'm going to try to understand God. No. You went to a school to understand God. That's not how you understand God. How you understand God is by adjusting your personality, putting on the personality of the Christ, not going to some school, coming out all proud. Look at look at this. I got a diploma on the wall. See, my diploma on the wall proves that I know more than you about the Bible. Jehovah knows more about the Bible. I know more about the Bible than you do because I looked for the truth and Jehovah gave me it. I asked Jehovah for the truth. You asked a university to teach you. I asked Jehovah to teach you. That's a difference. That's a big difference. Jehovah knows more than you. The first proverb says, the fear of Jehovah is the beginning of knowledge. How do you fear Jehovah if you're paying some university to teach you? Right? Jehovah says that, ask me for wisdom, I will give you generously. So what, you're going to go to a university? So see, these people that come out of university and all criticize Jehovah's Witnesses about the 1914, and they're hypocrites because they accept that there's a president-elect, right? Like Jesus is the anointed king. He just hasn't sat down on his throne yet. He's been anointed for it, right? He hasn't sat. The time for Jehovah to sit down. I'll place your enemies at your feet. No, that was 1914. That wasn't back then. They think it was back then because Jesus said, all authority was given to me in heaven and on earth. So he said that. That doesn't mean you understand that. No. Jesus said many things. Apostle Paul, like I said, the Apostle Paul said, in the writings that I wrote you, there are many things hard to understand that the weak and untaught and unruly people, lawless people, whatever, do not understand. And so they go on twisting the truth that I gave them, and they speak abusively of those that I taught these things to, because they don't understand them. And the same thing with 1914. They are hypocrites. They accept that Justice Kavanaugh is a justice. He's a Supreme Court ruler. They accepted him being anointed. Look, he's a justice now. All he has to do is be sworn in. Now, when he gets sworn in, he didn't get sworn in that day. He had to wait. He was already a justice. He just had to wait for the position to sit down on that throne. Like Jesus had to wait to sit down on the throne, he had to wait to 1914. Although he had all authority, he had to wait to exercise that. That's the point. Jesus didn't say, all authority has been given to me in heaven and earth, and I'm the king now. He didn't say that. Just because on top of the torture stake they nailed it King of the Jews, it doesn't mean he became King of the Jews yet. Right? Just because the Romans wrote it down, King of the Jews. It's whether Jehovah. It's the day Jehovah says you're king over Israel now. See, I hope some of you understand this, and this is how it is. I'm not mistaken here. I'm not mistaken in this area. It is real. Jesus is now the anointed king in 1914. That's the day he was enthroned. Yeah, just because all power has been given you all authority and power has been given you over the earth and heaven, doesn't mean you're enthroned yet. No, he received it. I don't know how many other. There's probably thousands of examples of that. Okay, here's an example. You receive a letter saying that you graduated college, right? But even though you're a college grad now, you still haven't walked across the stage and received the diploma yet. See what I mean? You all accept that person is a graduate of Harvard, but he hasn't got his diploma yet. What? See, that's how it is with Jesus, saying all authority has been given to me. I passed all the tests. I passed all the tests. I'm getting it now. I'm getting it now. I got all authority now. That's what he was saying. He just has to walk across the stage and receive the diploma. The graduation day, even though you graduated, you haven't reached graduation day. See, can you understand it? Hello? Can you handle the truth? That's a good one. I remember that. I want the